Hello everybody, this is Fiona Beale representing SchoolNet and welcoming you to the webinar this afternoon. Thank you very much for attending. This webinar will be recorded and the recording will appear on the SchoolNet blog, SchoolNet, which I'll give the link after during the course of the webinar. I'm very pleased to introduce Mochudu Machaba to you. Mochudu is a grade 5 and 6 teacher in Limpopo, and she's won numerous awards for for using technology effectively in the classroom. So we're very honored to have her, and welcome to you, Mochudu, and thank you very much for being willing to share what you've learned with us today. Thank you for presenting. So I'm going to hand over to you, and we'll learn from you. Okay, over to you.
Thank you, Fiona, and everybody else who managed to attend this webinar. As Fiona has just indicated who am I'll just go straight to my presentation about ABC learning and how to create spelling videos. The aims or the objectives of this lesson was to let the learners design the videos to revise their language structure. It also helps them improve their vocabulary. Visuals improve their memory to recall what they have learned. It helps them to understand words better by relating to pictures. So now, the first thing that I would do with my learners in the classroom, as a language teacher, I will help them find pictures and name them according to how they understand the picture. So I let learners pick their own choice of pictures because that's how they can learn better. And then we will check the first letter that starts with that picture. In this case, I used the mother tongue, which is Sepedi, and we picked Tafula, which is a table, and we indicated the letters, both the capital letter and the small letter, and then we named it. And then after we have named it, now you can create sentence out of that, depending on the level of the learners. If it's grade 1, maybe it can be the picture, the alphabet, and only the word. But if they go to grade 2 or the second term of the year, then they can create sentences out of that. And then this is another example. And then the letters will drop down one by one according to how you will have made the animations, so that you help them that they pick one letter at a time so they understand better. So in the process of doing that, after you have selected all the pictures, you have named them, maybe you have used all the alphabet, like from A up to Z. Now you start with the process of creating your video now, so that they can use it even when they are not in the classroom, or they can revise with that in your absence or in your while you help them. Now in the process, after selecting those pictures and creating sentences, then you let the learners record themselves calling the names of those objects and then saying the words and later coming up with a sentence. In a way, as they develop further, you can also help them create creative writing. They create story out of the pictures. Then they can use either English or Sepedi or any other language. They will then rehearse what they have created. Now, in the process of making that, I used the add-in of Office Mix, wherein we had to mix that. We collected all the pictures according to the alphabet, and now we went to the mix and we tried to export the presentation, the whole of it, to video, and it's supposed to be right below the slideshow. The arrow has moved a little bit further out of the uploading, and then yeah, I think the arrow now shows it better. The next step will be to export to video. Now you export the whole thing that you have created into video. Then that will be the dialog box for exporting the video. The first part of it means after you have exported the video, you can upload it so that people can see it. Now you have to select the video size, which is here the full HD, which accommodates all form of devices, is the full HD, 1080 pixels. Then you click on next, and then it will go to the second step. When you click on the next step, it will prompt you to save your video. Now the dialog box will appear, and then you name your video, and then you click on save, and it will start exporting, which is the third step now. Then it will export the presentation into video, and then you will click next as it is busy exporting, and then it will show you there at the bottom now it is creating an MP4 video. So you wait for that for approximately 10 minutes or so as it is busy uploading. And then when you are done with that, your video will be ready and it will appear for viewing in the destination that you have saved it in. And this allows you, for instance, you can check that here is the Mafuko video, and the presentation will still remain as PowerPoint while the video that you have created is there as well. Meaning, if there's something wrong you have done or something wrong that you didn't do correct, you can still go back to your PowerPoint and correct what you have done and upload it afresh. So you can have videos of different kinds with the same presentation, meaning you will be accommodating your learners according to their level of development. Some of the learners can learn maybe up to 10 words. Then you can create a video out of 10 words using the same PowerPoint. And then you can have a full version video with all the alphabets. And then the good thing is that you can still go back and edit it time and again. And when you save it, and you then either you will have to delete the other one, or alternatively keep them all. It will depend which one you want to work on. Now the video will be ready for viewing, and then you can share the presentation on Office Meet as the presentation, and you can maybe upload to YouTube as a video, just type, and you can upload to OneDrive for permanent saving in the cloud so that you don't lose anything. And then you can as well share it on your social networks like Facebook and Twitter, and share with colleagues. And then you can share with parents, which they can use to help their learners, their children at home. Now this is the practice activity that we did in the classroom. So after they have done that, each one of them will create their own, and then in that way they can practice, and it's easy for the learners to remember what they did on their own. Yeah. And this has been a great tool for my language lessons, and I do have examples there to show you. Fiona, if you can upload those examples for me, but maybe before that they can maybe ask something on the presentation.
Okay, so shall I go ahead and show an example?
Yeah, the foundation phase 1.
You want the foundation phase 1 first.
Now in this one, you can also, as well as you did that, you can record your voice for them to listen. So this is an example of a video. This was my first practice video making, and I was struggling here and there, but now there's a number of them that I did, and they go very well for both my mother tongue and English. I can't hear the sound, Fiona.
Oh, you can't. Oh, shame.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know if anybody else can not hear as well, because the main thing here I wanted them to listen to the sound. They can do that and record their voices.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So
Okay, so that just goes by itself. That's very nice. And you
yeah.
say you couldn't hear the sound.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
that's
the
such a
next one
pity.
doesn't have sound. The mafoko one doesn't have sound, but they
Cool.
can still put sound.
Okay.
Now this one is the one with the sentence. Which is having letter B for bolela and basisana ba bolela, letter D for dieta, dieta tsa mmala o mokhubedu, and so on and so on. So you can still do it in any other language.
Can you control how long the slides
Yes,
stay on for,
yes,
Mochudu?
yes. You can control that. You can even stop the video and speak on the on one slide, and you can as well save this
Okay.
as a PDF, wherein it's in a form of a booklet.
Okay.
Yes.
That's nice. Very nice.
So which is in the form of a booklet, and then you can print it out. Then learners can read it manually, or they can study that digitally. So it's another way
Okay.
of doing your storytelling with the learners. If you want your learners to do creative writing in the classroom, you just put the picture on a slide and let the learners talk about the picture.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it has jumped.
Okay. And then, did you want to show anything else? This third one?
So,
No,
yeah, this is the third one
just those.
for recording purposes when they want to
Okay.
do it manually.
Oh, you wanted to show how to do it, hey?
So,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. Here you will create
So,
all your slides one by one like that as they will appear.
uh-huh.
And when you are done with that, now you can go to your mix if you have the add in. But I just learned now, Fiona taught me
Mix.
something that if you want to do it the old way, then you can use insert. But I want us to do the mix part. So that I can explain it
Okay.
better.
Mix.
So you go to
Okay,
the mix
mix
part
then.
and then you record. Yes, you record your slide.
Go to slide recording. Okay.
Yes.
The last time I tried this, it took a bit of time to, there we go. There it comes
Now
up.
it will depend if you
Okay.
want to record it with your webcam on or not. And then you start recording. And as you record, you will click on the record button and then you speak as it is recording, and then you click on the next arrow here from the stop. Yeah, you go to, after you have recorded the first slide, you can go to the second slide by clicking on the next slide. If your presentation has animation, then you will have to click on the animation as well, and then you go to the next slide, you record the word, and then you continue like that. You go to the next slide as
Oh,
well, you record. If you want to preview your slides, you can preview them one by one. Like this one, if you have recorded and then you said Bina or Dienua, then you just go record and then you check how it has worked. Then you can go on with your
okay.
recording
Okay.
up to the last slide.
It looks like my
Yes.
PowerPoint's giving trouble at this point. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay, well that's very interesting. So let me go back to
And if you want to record
the webinar.
with your webcam on, you can still do the same.
Okay,
Yes.
right. Well, thank you very much.
Maybe
That's very interesting. Does anybody have a question to ask? Any questions that you'd like to ask Mochudu? I know if you've got Office 2013, you can download this Mix, the free add-on Mix, to make screen recordings or audio or video recordings. Yeah. Okay, so no questions from anybody at this point. Okay, well then I think we'll bring the webinar to a close, Mochudu. But before we do that, I wanted to ask you, do you do this in the computer room with your learners?
Yes, I do that in the classroom. Remember, we don't even have a proper computer lab. We just using the overhead
Oh, you
projector
don't?
and few laptops, three of them, and then I group the learners.
Oh, I see. Oh, it just shows that where there's a will, there's a way, hey? That's very nice. Very excellent. So thank you very much for sharing that knowledge with us, Mochudu. And this webinar will be placed on the SchoolNet blog at this web address. And so let me just say thank you everybody for coming, and thank you to you, Mochudu, for sharing.
Fiona, thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye, everybody. Oh, wait, Debbie's typing something. Let's see what she's saying. Thank you, Mochudu. Okay. All right.